Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and to another plan with me. This week I'm planning for the week of the 4th to the 10th of September and I'm using the lemonade kit. I know I've gone back to a summer kit, but we had a heat wave this week. It was absolutely awful. I hate the heat. So I thought I would use the summer kit since I haven't actually used one in my planner this year and just sort of commemorate the heat, which as I say, I'm not a huge fan of, but I felt like it deserved it in my planner. I love this artwork. It's from Kitnish Girl Jess. It's so stunning. I love the colours, like the bright pop of yellow. So I'm really glad to actually use this kit since I skipped all my summer spreads. But anyway, I'm doing my base now and I've done it a little bit differently this week. Well, not really this part, but I did my sidebar a little bit differently, trying to figure out the spacing still, but I think I found a really nice solution. So I'll show you that in a bit. But yeah, this week, apart from it being really warm, I just kind of it was a work week really, trying to get things done. I had quite a productive week. I got all my new releases done on time. I actually had them cut and collated on time, which was amazing. If you know me, that isn't the most common of occurrences. And I put a weekend banner in this spread. Again, not something that I normally do. I thought if I put my put my one double box on the bottom, like a box on each day, it would give me a bit of room to put a weekend banner. I don't know if I like it. I think maybe I want to put a little bit of space around the weekend banner instead of just having it on top of two quite heavily patterned things like the washi and the boxes. I'm not sure, but I'm glad to use it because I never use them. I feel like they're a little bit redundant though, putting because we know it's the weekend. I guess if my weekend wasn't a typical Saturday, Sunday, I would maybe find it more useful, but anyway, I just like how they look. And so this is what I was doing in my sidebar. I've got two habits and then I've put a box all the way up to the top and I've trimmed it instead of what I would normally do, which is try and get it to end in line with the date covers. So I've put my September script sort of across the glitter header and the box, and I really like how that looks. I do need to remember to go and reduce the stock on all the stickers that I took for this spread. I took a script sheet, that script sheet, the kit. So yeah, basically just pillaging my own stock. So anyway, I forgot to do my habit tracker. I go back and do that in a second, but the first thing I marked on Monday was that it was so hot. I actually thought I marked this more this week, so I've left the sheet out, but I ended up not using it again. So this is me filling in my habits. I do track them on an app. This is actually an app that Tom and I are developing for Plannerface, but this is a little sneak preview. It's in beta testing at the minute, and we'll be adding a lot more features over the next few weeks, months, but there's your little sneak peek for now. Anyway, back to Monday. The next thing I marked was that I did some washing. I don't know about you, but whenever we get the slightest bit of hot weather, heat wave, I'm oh my god, right, I need to wash all the things, get them out on the line so that I can save energy and not have to tumble dry. I don't really tumble dry that much though. I put things on the clothes horse upstairs, so it's not really much of a difference, but I don't know, it dries quicker outside, doesn't it? So I did that. Then I marked, we went to Sainsbury's. We had to go and pick up, I think Tom wanted something and I wanted something, but I can't remember. I don't know if it was stuff for recipes, because obviously we're in our cooking era right now, so it was probably recipe stuff. Next thing I marked was that I did some designing. I think this was new releases for the current week. I'd done a few, but actually I don't know if I'd done a few. I know that I got my designing done on Monday, really efficiently though. I was really proud of myself, so that was great. I marked printing and cutting, and I've been marking this with a little washi strip and a print and cut script because I feel it doesn't really need an icon. Although I have so many silhouettes and printer icons that I really should be using them. So that's annoying, but I don't have a graph tech icon though. It would be nice to have a graph tech, but I guess it's going to be kind of an ugly icon, they're so big. I don't know, I'll have a look, maybe I can get one made. I then marked with a little phone that I was doing some testing with the app that we're making. We've got it on Apple Test Flight, which is how you test apps that aren't publicly released. And we've got a few people testing it and giving feedback. And it will be on Android, but I don't know if we're doing the beta thing on Android because it's really difficult developing for two different operating systems. It's really night and day the difference, and you have to try and make it work on both. It's really difficult, But then I marked that I cleaned the kitchen with a little Kitchen Coffee Monsters Co sticker, and we watched the finale of The Watcher on Monday, which was, I think I was not disappointed with it, but I don't know, it was like an okay show. At the minute we're like trialing different shows to watch because we're not really, like, we keep trying things and we're not hooked. So I don't know if you have any recommendations for kind of things to watch. Tom wants to watch something sci-fi, and I'm not a huge sci-fi fan, so we're trying to find something like mildly sci-fi that I will like. We did watch, actually, I'm not going to talk about it. I'll wait till we get there because I think I'm just going to tell you everything we watched otherwise, and I'll tell you at the time. Anyway, on to Tuesday, I had to call Apple in the morning. They needed some verification for the developer account. I just had to basically say, I am who I said I am. And I think that was it. It was really simple, so I did that. And then I did more designing this day, which I marked with a laptop icon from the kit, and marked printing and cutting the same way as usual. I then reformatted doodles this day. So for the longest time, like, I don't think anyone believes me anymore because I've been saying that I've been planning to discontinue the pink doodles and replace them with multicolour, and I've been gradually doing it, and I have actually been doing it. But then when I switched to the Graphtec, all my files are silhouette files, and then because we had the ransomware attack where all my Photoshop files got corrupted, I have the silhouette files, so I never had to remake them to restock them on the silhouettes, but I don't have the Photoshop design file for most of the older ones, so I have to remake them from scratch if I want to make them Graphtec files, which is fun. It's not that bad because, like, I'm pretty quick at doing it now, but anyway, so that was what I was doing this day. So I've got a bunch of them to restock, but it does mean that I have to rephotograph them because I've remade the file, so it's a slightly different, like, sizing could be different, the shading could be different, and I don't want to just sell based on the old picture in case I've changed it. So I need to rephotograph them, but loads of them are ready, and I'm actually going to be doing a huge doodle restock this week. Instead of doing new doodle, oh my god, why can I not say doodles? Instead of doing new doodles, I'm going to just get all the out of stock ones in stock again. So, right, I'm super behind. The next thing I did was I tidied my stock storage because I've been through all the dividers. There was dividers in the stock storage that were not supposed to be there. Like, I try and take them out when I discontinue a sheet, and I guess I just left a bunch in. So that gave me some more space. We made this chicken and rice dish for dinner, which is so good. It's from HelloFresh, and I'll link it down below if I can find it. But it really is just, it's really simple. It's like chicken, rice, and then the sauce is like tomatoey. You use tomato paste and like chicken stock paste and water. I don't know. There's more stuff to it than that, but it's really good. Then I made my cut files. This was probably doodle cut files because they took a long well, they didn't take that long. They do take a while, but like when you do them in batches, it's fine. So I did those. And then we watched an episode of Deadlock on Amazon, which is like a black comedy, like murder thing. I wasn't super keen on it, so I don't think we're going to watch any more. But yeah, it was on Amazon Prime, and it is like really well reviewed. I think I just didn't really like it. Then on Wednesday, I had a really bad night's sleep, so I marked that, and I put my stock away in the morning. So while I was doing that, Tom took the car to have its MOT, which is always a stressful day. Normally I take it, and it's weird because I remember, like, every year that's when I work on Advent stuff, because it's just like the period of the year that it falls in is when I'm working on Advent. But Tom took it in the end. The car park where you have to park is really tight. It stresses me out. I've probably mentioned it on the vlog because I hate it. Like, every year it comes around and I'm like, oh god, I have to go and park in Vauxhall again. So he did it this year. While he was at Vauxhall, I filmed my plan with me, and Tom actually came back because we realised, like, there's no point in him just waiting there. So he walked back, which took him like an hour and a half to walk back from town, so very impressed that he managed it. And then we got the notification that the car passed, so I was really pleased about that. The only things it needed were brake fluid, I think, and a new like tire inflation kit, because I guess those expire. I've never had to use it, but it's what they give you instead of like a spare tire. So they just rang me and I said yes, I'll pay for the things, and then it passed the MOT. So we got an Uber to Vauxhall to pick the car up. which was really weird because it was so hot, and I feel like Uber drivers have like a really chaotic driving style, and it was I don't know, we don't get Ubers that often anymore. Then when I got back, I did my Plan With Me voiceover. I think I'd started it and then I had to pause halfway through. So I think that Plan With Me went up late, which I hate. Then we watched an episode of, I think it's called 1899, which is on Netflix, and um, it's like, I think it's a bit like post-apocalyptic or like sci-fi-ish, and they're on a boat basically, and to be honest I don't really know what happened, like I kind of zoned out, so that's another one I don't think we're going to watch more of yet. But anyway, on Thursday Ari had the groomers in the morning, so I took him for a walk like around the groomers, because they have this clause like if your dog uses the bathroom like at the appointment, they charge you because they have to clean it up, which is completely fine, but I'm really scared that he's gonna like basically do a poo. So I always try and get one out of him in the morning. So we did that. It's a nice little area to walk around actually. We went to the groomers and he was there for 2 hours, so I had my 2 child-free hours, which goes super quick. I guess it's not really a full 2 hours because by the time I've driven there and back it's probably like an hour and a half. And I always have like grand plans for things I'm going to do when he's not here. Like this week I was going to wash his toys and I just never got around to it. So I printed and cut this day, of course. I feel like I put that literally every day, although I didn't put it on Wednesday, so never mind. Then I had an ink delivery from Amazon. I was getting low on ink. I do have it on subscribe and save, but I just like placed a top-up order to tide me over. And then my dad rang me and he was having issues paying an invoice for something, so he messaged me and was like, well, he rang me and he was like, could you bank transfer this guy? And I was like, yes. So I marked that. Then I designed the September mystery in the evening, and for dinner we made a pasta bake, and this was kind of like a it's not my best pasta bake. We had like a bunch of ingredients and I'd made this like vegetable pasta bake from Gusto before, and I had like that had different ingredients to what I had, and I was like, oh, I'll just bung it all in, and it was fine. And I put bacon in it, and I think I probably shouldn't have put bacon in it because it kind of was a bit weird, but I do love a pasta bake, so you can't be like awful. Then on to Friday, we had a big doodle release this week, and I had to push new releases back by an hour because by the time I'd taken the photos I had so many and I was editing them, and it was quite late, and I was like, I'm not going to get these done, like, because it's also quite a lot of like, you need to concentrate to make sure you're adding the right doodles to the right listing. So I was like, I'm just going to push new releases back to give myself a bit of extra time, and I was glad I did that. So in the morning I did take photos and listings. I really like the way I've marked that. I sometimes struggle to use the square boxes because they're like a bit of an awkward size, and if I don't have the right size script I think it looks funny, but putting an icon in the middle and doing the two scripts, I think it looks really cute. And then the don't want to be here is just because so relatable doing listings. It's never as bad as it feels, but like I hate doing them, like I hate the thought of having to do them. Then I bought a new camera, which I actually think I'm going to return, so maybe the no spend is not too relevant. But I wanted like a little action camera, you know, like a GoPro, but I don't want to spend GoPro money on it. So I found a discount on a DJI one, and it's fine, but it doesn't, well, one, it overheats, it gets quite warm, but I just think I'm like barking up the wrong tree wanting an action camera, because they seem to obviously do well in like action environments like hiking, biking and stuff, but I want to film in my office, and the lighting conditions, I think it's pretty light, but with the action camera it looks really grainy, and it seems like they do all kind of struggle with a low light, and even if I put the ISO down and brighten it in editing, it just doesn't really look the same. So I think I'm going to return it and just like use my phone. I wanted it to film like first person videos like order packing and stuff, so I might end up getting like a head strap for my phone to wear my phone on my head, because I just don't know what the alternative is. Like I want it to be the same quality as my other cameras, but they don't seem to exist. So anyway, did more printing and cutting, and then Tom wanted Domino's for dinner, so we got that. I don't get pizza from Domino's, it's not my fave, so I think I got like those cheese twist things and probably wedges. And I worked really late this day. I got like sidetracked trying to learn new skills in Photoshop. There's like 2 things that I need to do quite frequently now, and I was like, I'm just gonna put some time aside and learn like from scratch how to do it. And I'm really glad I did, because I feel like it's sped me up so much now that I can do it. So on to Saturday, I saw my dad in the morning. He was going to pick something up near me, and he was like, I'll drop by with the money for the invoice that I paid. So I saw him quite early. He was like, how early is too early? And I was like, well, just let me know when, like, the time, and I'll be awake. And he was like, well, I get up at 6:30. And I was like, please don't tell me you're going to come at 7 or something. But he came at 8:30, so that wasn't as bad. Then I worked on restocks this day. Doodle restocks, was printing and cutting those, and also like checking stock and stuff. So I tidied the stock away and had a bit of an office tidy up. Then we realised that Ari was running low on his biscuits, so we were going to go to Tesco, but I looked on Uber Eats and they had like a discount code for a grocery order, so I ordered his food from Asda. I got a few other bits as well, including chicken thigh. Like, I ordered chicken breast and they gave me chicken thigh, and I know people say like chicken thigh is a nicer meat, but I don't know what to do with it. It's got bones in it. I don't know how to take the bones out, so I'm going to have to watch a video and figure that out. I watered my plants this day, and if I could go and turn back time and not do this, I would, because I think I've overwatered at least 2 of my monsteras, and they're like going yellow. My big one, it's a disaster. I'm really hoping it will recover. I mean, if not, at least I've got other ones, but I really hope I haven't just killed them. Then in the evening, we made pesto pasta for dinner, and we played Minecraft with Julia and Sean. This was our second week playing the Minecraft server, and we went mining this time. We kind of split up, and like Julia and Sean went and mined, and me and Tom went and mined, and it was really fun. And I found a diamond on like my first mining expedition, which was exciting. So I've got a diamond pick, if anyone cares. Then on Sunday morning, I edited the vlog for this week. When I put the edit video sticker over the munchkin, I kind of covered up his eye, so I just like added that back in with a pen. I started printing and not cutting, I haven't done it yet. I started printing the premium mystery on the printer, obviously. And then it was my brother-in-law, Tom's actual brother, it was his birthday like celebration thing. His actual birthday was on Monday, well, it's on the next day, but we went around and just had like some sandwiches and cake, so that was cute. And we got to play with all of my nephews. They're so cute now. They're like I'm gonna ruin this, like 5, 2.5 and almost 2, and they're just so cute. But when I got back, I organised my like video files. I'm filming some videos in advance, and it's getting a lot in terms of footage, and I'm really scared I'm going to format over one. So I'm trying to like just organise it, keep on top of it now. Then we went to McDonald's, because although we had like sandwiches and stuff, we weren't really like properly hungry, but we weren't like, we were going to want something to eat. So I just got a cheeseburger and a McFlurry, I think. And Tom got a McFlurry as well. He was going to get a milkshake, and the milkshake machine was obviously broken, because when is it not? And those little like meal deal doodles are coming out this Friday, which I'm excited about. So I'm doing 2 new doodle releases, and then the rest are going to be restocks. So I then marked that I was really tired. I don't know what was wrong with me this day. I was just like super lethargic. It was probably the heat. Like, I don't know if like a buildup of heat can affect you like that. Maybe like the whole week of being hot just made me really tired. And then we watched an episode of The Mandalorian, which I did not expect to like. I actually did like it. I'm not sure if I'm going to follow everything, because I like don't know the Star Wars lore, and like Tom hasn't watched that much either. But I do think we'll keep watching it. So that was good. So as for what I have left, I've got most of the deco, loads of extra full boxes that I like didn't even touch, and then I've got loads of functional bits, loads of half boxes, little things, check boxes and stuff, and then all of my ombre boxes. So that is my completed spread. I really hope you enjoyed it and enjoyed our little trip back to summer before we probably go back to autumn next week. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the plan with me, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!